Hey, how's it going? Talking Mike here. Let's talk about Shredder issue number 2. Warning, there will be spoilers, and make sure to hit that like button to help people find all of my videos. Thanks for watching. So our story starts out with, we see Shredder sharpening his claws in his cell. We go from that to, we see the General of Darkwater, who's kind of in charge of this whole situation, and Yvonne, who is the liaison from the Federal Earth Defense Force or whatever she's called. They're talking and they're like, what are we going to do with him? He agreed to do this, but how can exactly we trust him? And we find out that Shredder actually gets out of his cell, and they're like, how exactly did you get out of your cell? And he's like, look, this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to have a team with me. I'm going to basically do this as a two-man group. I'm going to take myself and Yvonne, and we are going to go figure out where exactly this interdimensional dirty bomb is. So Shredder and Yvonne basically go to the Lower East Side of New York, and they go to this place called the Snake Pit. They're looking for this man called King Cobra. He runs this organization kind of similar to the Foot Clan, but not as well put together as the Foot Clan. And I go into the seedy dive bar, and Shredder is in his full Shredder outfit. He's like, look, I'm looking for this guy called King Cobra. You know of him? Things don't go as planned because the bikers in there who actually work for Cobra end up getting him and Shredder into this tussle, and they get their butts handed to them. And he's like, look, I need to know where King Cobra is right now. So Shredder ends up basically convincing the Cobra gang to show him exactly where King Cobra is. He is hidden in the basement of this establishment, and we find King Cobra is there, and we find out that, oh, Shredder has lost everything, and apparently Cobra has built itself up in its place, and has kind of been the bottom feeder of the two organizations, which is really interesting. And we see them talking. He's like, look, you're not going to get the information you need from me. And he's like, be gone with you. Shoo, go away. And before he says, oh, and make sure to kill them, Shredder pounces and destroys everybody in the room and goes after King Cobra and basically cuts his tongue, splits his tongue, cuts his nose off, and scars him up. And we are hearing this basically after the fact. And Cobra is disfigured. He was a normal guy who I guess wanted to play dress up. I don't know. And we see after the fact that when they're back at base, they end up finding out that they lost the Shredder. They don't know where he is, and they don't know exactly what's gonna happen. So after all this happens at the Snake Pit, we find out, like I said, they basically lost the Shredder, and we're hearing all this information being told to the Colonel, and he's losing his shit. He's like, how the heck could you have lost the Shredder? He's the Shredder. We are going to be in so much trouble because we lost him. And we come to find out that the Shredder is sitting quietly sharpening his claws in his jail cell. And he's like, I got the information we need. What's the problem here? We don't know what information exactly that is, but apparently he got the information from King Cobra. All right, so let's look at the internal artwork. Just gotta say, this cover is badass. There were 3 different covers at my comic shop, and they all look really cool. Even the A cover. But I think this is the B cover. I don't know. But let's look at our creative team. Here's our creative team for this issue. We actually do have 2 different artists on this issue. I'm still not 100% fan of the original artist, which this is the original artist. The artwork, I'm not a huge fan of it. I feel like it's just so flat at points, and it just doesn't really 100% work for me. But I mean, it is what it is. Where we get into it is with this art. I feel like this art really sets this book apart, and man, it is beautifully well drawn. It's very dynamically laid out and stuff. I think it's a lot better in my opinion, especially when we get into the fight scenes. Like the fight scenes are really, really well done. And I love this scene right here. I think it's coming up. Yeah, right here. This scene like made me laugh like out loud, where we see Yvonne, she grabs the shredder, and he used so much force to go after this one guy. Like he flips her and she like lands on like this pinball table. But yeah, I love it. It's such like I feel like a dark, moody uh, um, coloring and the artwork. I feel like it fits this book so well, um, in my opinion. It makes Shredder look very, very menacing at points and like almost like scary. I feel like, even though he's kind of like been depowered, and he's not the same Shredder we used to know. He hasn't got his groove back. But yeah, artwork is definitely on point in this particular issue, in my opinion. Like I love this scene where we see the Shredder, and which they show the worms again, which I wonder if the worms are going to be playing like a bigger part in this book than we think of. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful artwork. So, what exactly I think of Shredder issue number 2? Well, it was a lot better than issue number 1. I feel like a lot of my gripes with issue number 1 were not there. Like I felt like the story is moving along. It's moving along at a point where like we don't really have much explained. Like with the whole interdimensional dirty bomb thing, that's still kept in the dark. But I like this new aspect of the Shredder, where he's having to work with this government organization, and specifically Yvonne, who very much like their weird relationship that they have at this point of having to work together. It's weird because she gets in the way at points because of Shredder being the Shredder, especially in the fight in the bar. I thought was a pretty hysterical. I don't feel like it was unintentionally funny, but it was funny to see her get in the way and stop the Shredder from like killing these bad guys and whatnot. And then seeing how he basically did not play by the government's rules in this part, where he just kind of does his own thing to get the information, where I see this possibly coming to a head at a point to be like, oh, like what exactly is going on here? Is the Shredder really truly on our side, or will he pull a fast one on us and basically like take the dirty bomb for himself? Like I'm really interested to see where this story is going to go. I do feel like this issue flowed better story wise, and we got a lot more action in this. And I really liked the two different artists for this, especially the second artist who carried most of this issue. I really hope they stay on as an artist for this series moving forward. But yeah, this issue, it was better than the last one. I don't think it was like blow my mind, red issue, like, but it was a good, solid issue, I feel like. And I'm looking forward to see where exactly this story is gonna go, because I have no idea where it's gonna go. But I'm glad I liked issue number 2, because I was really worried after I read issue number 1 that I was like, oh God, this is going to be a stinker. And I'm going to be so upset because I really wanted to read a cool Shredder book. I feel like we're starting to get that cool Shredder book. But I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Make sure to comment and let me know, what do you think of the Shredder series as a whole right now, especially issue number 2. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. It helps people find my videos. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Otaku Mike. Peace out, stay safe, and go read some comic books.